the bucket of glue sticks out of the way. Alright, just plug the sander. Get that out of the way too. I'm using that. So what we've got here is the mostly printed CNC, which basically it's just an XYZ table that you can mount multiple tool heads on. And you see here you have 5.9 inches of travel. So I built this with the table here is removable, and what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to fire up the laser and etch out the maximum area that the laser can travel, that the head can cut. Now it may be a little bit off because my the position of this may not be in the exact same position that the spindle will be. We'll have to see about that, although it's pretty close. The Dremel may be a little bit further out. Anyway, what I was planning on doing was cutting at least some holes in this. The back side of this has an opening up underneath, and I can put some dust or smoke collection, a fan to suck down through the table. And what I have to go on top of the table is, make this a little safer. Oh, where did I put it? Right up here. Okay, so what I have, once I cut the holes, I have this perforated stainless steel with 30 thousandths holes in it, and so that will attach here, and then hopefully with the downdraft, because I'm only going to be cutting light wood, maybe some backer board or that sort of stuff, and that will kind of keep it in place. And if I have to, I'll make some little clips or whatever that goes out there. But we're going to etch out where this thing can cut first. And to do that, we need a little program. So I've already been testing it on another piece of wood that you can see here. Made a little etch of my name. That's supposed to be a 1-inch square, but scaling's off and I haven't figured out how to use the Inkscape and get my software to pull it in right. So what we're going to do, move that over a little bit, plug the machine in so it's live. Fire this puppy up. See if you guys can see that while that's booting. Can't really get it any closer. I don't have enough cable. My idea is that I will eventually have Raspberry Pis that are streaming this via Wi-Fi to OBS. So this camera has a little tripod or a mag base mount, and I can mount it on the camera, have the Raspberry Pi traveling around with it. So you'd have a close-up cam riding right on the gantry, and an overhead cam, you know, with an overview of what's going on. and then maybe a background cam to show you the rest of my mess out here. So basically this is 3/4 inch electrical conduit, roller skate bearings, a bunch of hardware, stepper motors, some GT2 type belt. Printed all these parts, they're all out of PLA. The kit I bought from Vicious One CNC, which included all the hardware, bearings, stepper motors, the lead screw for the Z-axis, the couplers. There's a ramps and Arduino over there in the corner that runs the whole thing. Wiring harnesses. So the only thing that I've added on is the laser head, and then I added all this PET covering for the wiring harness just to kind of try and make it somewhat neat. And then I used nylon tubing with some 1/4 inch aluminum rod to tie the wiring harness to the gantry. And then this I've got the, right now the Cetus is printing out the holder for this Dremel 3000, but I printed, and that'll mount in here, but I printed out these little clips and made it so that my AC cord from the Dremel can run up along with the gantry, and then it's not dragging all over the place while we're trying to route stuff. So as soon as that Cetus should be done with the holder in about 2 hours, and then we can give that a try. I've got some pieces of wood around here that I can screw down to that table, and or like lightly hot glue them or something, and make a mess with sawdust instead of smoke. So I have ESTL cam, but what I'm probably going to do is just fire up Notepad++, find it, Notepad++, and we'll write a little program here. So I've preset the focus for 1 inch above the table. So what I want to do is I want to type a program, so we're at 0. We're going to home it and write it basically wherever I start this. Like I just pull that to the corner, and then I set my home position there, Z0, X0, and Y0. So that's going to be the first command, which is G92, X0, Y0, Z0, and then we will do a G0 Z of 25, and a feed of 480, which is the max C speed, and then we will do a X of 470, G01 X 470, feed of 610 inches a minute, so we'll go 1200 at 20 inches a minute. Let me open another file here, and thought I saved a folder, a file. Documents. MPCNC specs. So yeah, we've got a max X of 470, Y of 328, and a max Z of 150. So max rapid is 3600 for X and Y. Rapid for the Z is 480. Laser power, guide power, which means you can run it around, turn it on, and not burn at least wood, at 100. Marking, it starts at about 180 for a really good mark at 200, and then cut full power is 255, and normal travel speed for cutting would be about 10 millimeters a second. But the Marlin firmware takes millimeters per minute as feed rate. So let's go back over to our program. So we went to 470, and we're going to go to Y of, what did I say that? 328. Y 328. We don't have to use the feed again. That's 0, and then G01, Y0. Now, I haven't put any laser commands in here, basically because I just want to run it around and make sure it's going to go, and then it's M107 to turn the laser off, so we'll make sure we put that in here. And M05 to shut the spindle off. Alright, and we'll save this as bounds. Let's try to save it as MPCNC bounds. G-code. Let's see if it does that. Okay, so we got that saved. We've saved it. Let's fire up our pronter face, and we connect to our printer. It thinks it's a printer. Go file. Get out of here. Open. OneDrive. We want to be on documents. That, and let's print that. And what we're listening for is if there's any bumping or sticking where it's running into the ends, because there's no end stops on this yet. I plan to add some end stops, but I haven't done it yet. Just touched there. I just skipped one step. Okay, looks good. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the here, to our program, And once it gets to the Z position, we'll add feeds just for the heck of it. I'll add all those, and then we're going to put in an M106 speed of 180, just to keep things a little safe. We won't create too much. We'll save that. Go back in here. We got to reload the file again. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't do. Let's go back in. I forgot edit. After the M107, let's put in a G0, Z0, F480. Okay. Save that. Okay. Then let's do right now G0, Z0, F480. Whoops. G0, Z0, F480. Alright, make sure we go back to our starting position there. Nothing's hitting. Looks good. Alright, so now we should be able to print. Got some laser glasses. They don't really fit over my glasses, but they will kind of keep my eyes from burning out, except I can't see my screen here. So let's hit print. So up it goes. Laser's on. Not really leaving a mark because I turned it on so low, or I've got it unfocused, because originally I was at this top level and this is a piece of 1/2-inch plywood. So maybe we'll have to refocus that. This is why we run a test program before you start cutting anything. Oh, I hear the CETAs beeping at me. It's done. Well, let's see, I've got some paper. So, let's adjust the focus for this guy. Make that to lay flat on there. Alright, so raise that up. You'll see 25, 106, yes. Of 100, right? Yeah. Alright, that's about as focused as I can get it. Let's try, we're going to edit that. Let's do M17, shut that off. And G0, Z0. Set it back down. Let's edit. Let's make this 2400. Do a little faster feed rate and see what we get. Yeah, last one. Save that. All right. Whoops. I was going to up the power too. Tools. Edit. Make that be 180. Let's make that 200. Save that. Okay. Try it again. Here we go. Fire and laser in. There we go. Not marking yet. If I was going slower, I was doing it at 10 millimeters a minute. You definitely see a mark there. I smell a little bit of smoke. Alright, so now we're going to edit it one more time and send it to full power. And we're still going to run it at the high feed rate, so we may not get a really good mark, but we're going to try it. Oh yeah, it's making a mark. Okay. How close can I get you guys to that? Probably not very. Oh, I can move that up here. Let's do that. It's on wheels. That's a wonderful thing. And one more time. time just to make it even darker. And I'm kind of seeing how well it tracks. It looks pretty darn good. A little bit off over there. I wonder what I did. How come that moved? Oh, just from moving the table? I don't know. Well, let's make a slower pass. Slow that back down to half speed. Make some edits here. Save that. And that. Oh yeah, we're getting some smoky action now. Okay, so the one thing about this laser is because it's a blue-violet laser, it won't cut stuff that is blue colored. So that can be maybe a problem. Alright, so there we go. That marks out the bounds of what we can cut. And so we've got a nice little mark there for the surface of our board. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut some of this polypropylene that I've got and put a layer of that on there, and then I'm going to tape down some, and that's just going to be a sacrificial layer. So 5, let's put that up. So I need to set up the saw here and cut some of that. And right now, so I'm going to disconnect, and I will power down the machine and give myself a little room here. And then we will try cutting some actual stuff. swing you guys around, and unfortunately I'm really bad at remembering that the camera's watching, so you may end up staring at the wall for some time, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay. Belt sander away. So where I work, they do these trade shows, and they had all of these sheets of polypropylene. Which, let's see if I can get one out from behind my stash here. We make 2 sheets. Yeah. They take 2 sheets, but that's okay. Where's that lever? We want 23 inches from this guy. Okay. Mute. Okay, we're back. Now, this guy back up here. Yeah, so we got scraps of this. These were some kind of display that they had at the trade show. So I'll use them as sacrificial pieces for doing my engraving or whatnot on there. They're a nice flat surface. Get it off a little bit. And now it may cut, so we're going to do a test cut on this. Since I unplugged the machine, plug it back in again. Make sure you guys have a good view of it this time. Alright. Should be about like that. Maybe. It's funny, and so it may not do anything. we can take this down to the top of that. Table's out of the way. Okay. So now I'm going to change the program a little bit. We're going to reconnect to the printer, and we're going to go edit, and I'm going to take out the Z home. Come on. And the Z home at the end, because all we want it to do is we're gonna set the layer that we want it to be at. So right now I'm going to issue a G0, G92, G2, X0, Y0, Z0, and set that, and we can check on that with an M114 and make sure everything's set to the right place. Then we do a G0, C25, this is 25 millimeters up, and now we can hit print. Oh, that's going to cut. That might be some nasty fumes. Oh yeah, it's not pleasant smelling. Laser glasses in the thing. Wow. I thought because it was violet, the red, it might not affect it very much, but nope, apparently so. It likes the red. Well, that's cool. I can cut and make crazy drink coasters with it. The fan for the smoke collection, so we might not cut this again. Boom. Fortunately, we've got instant stuff. Yeah, we'll get those out of here pretty quick. It didn't go terribly deep, and this stuff is red all the way through, so it would take a bunch of passes to get through it. So let's see what we've got here. Utility knife, and I've got a roll of craft paper. Polypropylene makes a nice cutting board, though, and that's what I was thinking of using it for. Secure that down and make a drag knife holder, because I have a cricket cutter, so I can hook that up to here and have a really big drag knife. So I can cut 13 by, yeah, I think it's 13. Measure according to our burn marks. Oh, actually not. Just under 13. 13 or 12 and 7/8 or so. And 18, almost 18 and a half. Well, right at 18 and a half. So, pretty good size. Making stuff. Definitely can make some house number plaques and things. Let me go get some masking tape. Alright, so we'll tape this down to keep our breeze from blowing it out the door. Nice thing is that we won't need to use super high power to cut some stuff on just paper. Here. Just want to keep it kind of flat. The focal distance that the beam will stay focused is pretty short. But I did watch Tech 2C. He has the same laser. He's using it on his Hypercube, and he was cutting 1/8" 3mm plywood with it. So you had to take a few passes, like 16 passes or something, but it did cut it, which is very, very cool. Put that down. Should be flat enough. It's not going to be in the way. Alright, so let's see if I can get you down here where you can see what's going on the screen. Maybe. At the same time that I'm seeing what's going on the screen. That looks like. What I'm seeing in here is update, and you can actually see what's going on the screen here a little bit. So let's do something. Let's fire up Inkscape. I can minimize this here. No, don't I have Inkscape on here? I should. Oh, don't tell me I don't. Well, that's not going to be my... Oh, wait. That says web application. Okay, why? Edge, I don't like you. I really, really don't like Edge. Sorry, but I don't. Okay, I'm assuming these blah 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 blah. These are 16 start download buttons just so you can click on the wrong crap. That's great. I love that. Off my screen. Give me the good stuff. No, not signing in. Okay, I've stumbled into a dark hole. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go back. Ooh, breeze. Yeah, it's supposed to get up to 104 here. Ah, there we go. SourceForge. That's what we want. Sorry, this is going to be incredibly fun to watch. To help you stay safe, we've blocked Adobe Flash. That's awesome. Okay, click there to turn it on. There we go. We're clicking while the ads are still loading. Got it. Hi, kitty. Kitty cat's checking us out. Say no thanks. Don't want that. Alright. Okay, I know you guys want money, but really? You can't just make it so I can come here and like download stuff? Out of this. File Hippo, GIMP Inkscape, Inkscape tutorials. Okay. Bing. Let's go to Chrome. Jeez Louise. I think I could probably watch. Hey, I might be able to watch my stuff out here. I wish I had two screens. Okay, Inkscape. I don't want a Bing search. Go to Google. There we go. Inkscape.org. Crap. Download. Now the cool thing about Inkscape is that it does have add-ins to actually directly control this thing. Now this is the problems I was having with Chrome earlier. I want Windows. 64-bit. Installer exe format. Now let's start it. Yoo-hoo! Sorry. I'm excited to make stuff too. What do we want to make? If you guys are watching, put something in the chat, because we got to install Inkscape and then we'll draw something. Yeah. I know it's fine because I've used it before. Love Inkscape. Donate. Next. I need to upgrade my Inkscape on all the other things. Sure. Well, we could just go, let's while that's loading, let's go over here, Mandala. It's being search. I am tired of Microsoft. Microsoft, you guys are yutzes. Settings. Freaking open Edge once, and Bing is now my freaking search engine. No, it's not. Here's my search engine. Yeah. Get hosed. Google. Delete you. I never use Ask Yahoo. AOL, that's still a thing? Okay, cool. Let's go Google. Let's see. Well, that one's pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. Let's see what you can do with this. Well, I like this one better. This is one I made a trivet for one of the gals at work. She had a candy dish sitting on her desk, and she had it sitting on top of the grommet that leads down through for your cables for your PC. So it was, you know, had a base this big and sitting on something that big, and I was worried about it rolling off, so I 3D printed her a little trivet that sits over that. Save image as, and downloads? Yeah, sure. You don't want to save it as that. What the heck is that? Save that. Okay. Are you done installing it? Sweet. Oh, and now that we got that all done, I realized we didn't need to do that. Isn't that cool? Alright, let's give you a view of this. It's trying to run Inkscape, but we'll stop it. Let's open up ESTLCAM. ESTLCAM. Now, this is first time I've used this. Just downloaded it and got it set up today. So we go File, File, Open. Downloads. Go to these STLs. We want a JPEG. There he is. Open him up. We want to carve it, I guess. Yeah, we don't want to engrave it. Okay, so width is 100 millimeters and length is 100 millimeters. Maximum carve width is 0.015, and I guess we just say OK. It's doing something. Oh, I can't wait for a new laptop. Get some actual performance. Okay, Inkscape's finally loaded, and I'm just going to close it because reasons. Yeah. That went away, but I don't think it's done doing what it's supposed to be doing yet. Let's look at the machining order, say OK. Normally when it's done, it asks me to there we go. Part plugging tool, blah blah blah. That's adding all of that stuff. See, and this is what I don't get. Why? How do I finish this? Oh, File. That's how I finish this. Come on. Save CNC program. Tooltip angles 90 degrees. Laser. Okay. We'll put that in. Modology code, that's fine. Save that. Let's watch it go. Let's put it up fast. Okay, it's going to do a circle. It doesn't look like it did what I wanted it to do. Yep, think that's just, oh, let's speed it up way faster. Keep going. It's going around, behind. Oh, get some little things. That wasn't what we wanted at all. Well, if this doesn't work, we will go back to the Inkscape. There it is. And we'll export, we can trace it in. Yeah, I don't think we want carve. I mean, it should. Process main color only. Do I have to click on the color? It doesn't say I have to click anything, and it won't let me. There's no right clicky stuff. No. We'll try it. We'll try it doing that one this time. Let's see what happens. It's not doing much of it that I can see. We'll let it run for a second. See if anything's in. This SLCam doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. So let's close that. Let's get Inkscape up and running. So 100 by 100 millimeters. That's a good size thing. Edit. Layers, view, page. Thought there was a thing. Let's rotate, rotate, rotate. Nope. File. The properties. Newsletter. Landscape. Display units in millimeters. Oh. Let's change that to millimeters. Well, it doesn't really matter. Scale. 1 user units per millimeter. Okay, that looks good. Guides, grids, yes. Okay, all that's good stuff. Alright. So now file, import, downloads. That's what we want. Open. Image DPI from file. Sure, we'll try the defaults first. Let's move that onto our page. Object. Object or is it trace bitmap under path? Brightness cutoff, that's fine. Let's do preview. Edge detection, that's better.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I just came to get my hiking boots.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Everything fits in the pack so far.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like,
We're the live view, but we're watching me trace this thing.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool. So yeah, I was just freaking. Lindsay has a double pack, and so I was like trying to roll it up nice and tight. And I swore I had it up pretty tight before, and then I was like looking at the size of the little compartment you have there, and I'm like,
no, you gotta really
not gonna
squash it.
happen. Yeah. So she's like, oh well, we can pull it apart. And I'm like, oh, there's a novel idea. After watching me for 10 minutes bumbling around with this silly sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, no, it's gonna work out great.
Okay, I've got the image to trace. I want to trace it. It runs.
That's pretty sweet.
You see what the laser did?
Oh, nice.
I'm getting ready to try something a little more involved.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not going? Take off the live preview. Update. Come on. Well, fine. 2. Single scan creates a path. Brightness cutoff. That's fine. We'll do that. Hit OK. Go. This laptop is something else.
Yeah.
Here, let me get this out of here. Let's go G0X 150 Y 120. So it's already at a feed of real slow. So then we go GO2 I of 50, feed of 2400. Make it do a circle. G0X0 Y0. So what I should do, what I should do is do a calibration thing where we cut a 1-inch square. So, well, that is not working. Well, Inkscape's not working. We're going to do that. So let's say 25.4 and 25.4 and back to 0 and back to 0, and let's set that to 180 because we're just dealing with paper. And 1200 inches or 1200 millimeters a minute. Let's save at where's save as? File, save as. Let's save that as calibration. 1 inch. Save that. Okay. So let's go back to here and do a G0 X10 Y10 X20 Y20. That puts it a little bit further out there, and then we'll go G92 X0 Y0. Check on that. Alright, and we should be able to go File, Open. Want some glasses?
Sure.
You can watch it. Open that. Ready, set. Did it leave a mark? Nope. Okay, let's do edit. Let's change this down to, well, let's change this up. Just bump the power to 200. Save that. Right. Yep. Okay, I can smell something though. It's getting warm. Let's go full power. Okay, this will get some smoke. Right?
Yeah.
So let's go to G0X of 3250. And we'll grab some calipers. square of papers not cut out. I mean, metric, but that's okay. Because it told it cut right on the line. It's pretty dang close. 1 inch and 23 thousandths. And a little bit closer on the X, right at 1 inch. Yeah, very good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
So, cool.
Right on.
So now if I wanted to cut it out, all I got to do is go edit and change this to, whoops, that to 600. Change that to 600. And that one to 600. Save that. G0, X0, Y0. Should put it right back where it started from, I hope. Should have put a feed. Always remember to put a feed rate because it resets. It doesn't have, like the machines at work, they have a separate, when you're in G0, it rapids and it goes at the rapid feed rate. Oh, so close. It's mostly out. Burnt my plastic a little bit, but that's okay.
Alright. Alright on.
So now I got to get the mandala to do, and then I can, if I go at 1200 or 2400 millimeters a second, it's not going to cut at full power. But if I go slower, then it will cut. So cool.
Yeah. Right on.
Close that. Now, why are you not working?
Alright, well, let me get going. I'm tired. I gotta get up in the morning and stuff. So
Alright, where are you guys
that's
going?
pretty sweet. We're doing a leg of the PCT.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know if our end goal is Indian Heaven or if it's our beginning point. But we're going to be out there for 3 days.
Nice.
2 nights.
Cool. Well, they have good weather. Watch out for forest fires.
Yeah, that's Sally's concern, Lindsay's mom. But Don's like, it's okay. We got lots of maps and we know where we're all going. He's pretty organized. He's an accountant, so
Right.
he's got what he needs. And Lindsay and I packed. We got enough food and we got enough equipment. And then there's also supposed to be water purifiers that we got too. So we should be good on that. That's my only concern right now is water, because it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
And so we're probably going to be going through the fluids pretty easily.
Well, I guess I did trace my bitmap. It was so fast, I didn't see it. Sweet. Alright. Cool.
So we should have fun. Yeah, it's going to be Lindsay's dad and then Lindsay's 2 sisters and then one of her sister's husbands and then her son Wiley. So.
Right. Cool. Well, good. You guys have a good time.
Thank you. It'll be my chance to get to know the rest of
The family.
Lindsay's immediate family, because I've met her mom a bunch of different times. Now it's time to meet Dad and sisters.
Cool.
But yeah.
All right.
Oh, and thanks again for letting me borrow the packing.
Yeah, no problem. Let's export this as a DXF. There is DXF right there. I'm going right past it. And we'll save this as, oh, I want to save it as drawing, I want to save it as mandala. Save. Sure. Millimeters, I guess. It's doing it. Okay, we're going to make that small. We're going to load up ESLCAN. And we'll go to File, Open again. Downloads. And we're going to open the DXF this time. We're saying it's millimeters. Oh, look at that. Hey, that looks awesome. Alright, so what I want to do is click engraving, and we're going to go right on the toolpath. Okay, I'm going to engrave, well, we'll figure out what we're going to engrave. Let's pick that one, that one, that one. Let's get the big stuff. Out of the way, come on. That one. I'll get most of these. Big connecty parts. Go back around. These guys. Wish you could just select everything and go for it, and probably can. I guess I need to watch some tutorials. Okay, let's pick that, and that, and that, and that. There's a lot of stuff in here. But it would look awesome if we get it to work. Right. things. Now the crazy thing about this is that it's going to whoops, it's going to take a boatload of editing, this crazy program that it spits out, because it puts it thinks it's a mill, and so it turns the laser on before it goes into its Z position. So then it dwells the laser in a spot for a long time, which is not what I want to happen. So for right now, we're just going to get most of these things, and we'll go in and edit the program. It won't be all of the stuff, but it'll be a lot of stuff. Okay, that gives us some good detail on at least half of it. And we'll see what it can do. Okay. Save CNC program. G code. Yeah, we want to replace that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's hit go. And yeah, it's way slow. Around. It's doing some stuff. It's doing it in the order that we picked it. Pretty cool. Alright, so now we've got all that done. Let's go back over here to Notepad++. And close that one. Close. Sure, yeah, save that. Open. Oops. Downloads. Oh no, maybe we're not in downloads. I wasn't watching. Where did I save that? Probably in downloads. Which is full of stuff. Okay. Yeah, so right here you can see engraving, blah 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 blah. So it's going to go to XYZ0, which I don't want it to do. We're going to go to 25, and then I want to change all of these. Edit. Oh, search and replace. Replace all of that with a point of a point. Place all. Actually, you know what I could do? Let's cancel that. Close that. This M106, S250, S60, we don't want to move it Z at all, so we want to go, it's going to go there, and we want to replace all of that with M106 S 255. Okay, and then we want to replace all the F of 600s. Oops. Close. Search, replace F600 with F of 400. Replace all. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to set this to safe mode. Let us be smart about this. Go M106, S of 150, replace all. Oh, really? Search, find forward. Yeah, okay. That's that. Nice. That's 150, replace all. 102 occurrences. That looks better. Okay. Now, let's go all the way to the end and make sure that we're going. It turns it off and it goes home. Alright, so let's save that. Then, let's go back into here. Now, where we're at, let's move. We know we're going to go G0 X 30. F 2400. And G92 X0 Y0 and 114. G92 Z25 point. M114. Alright, so we are at our set point. So now we should be able to reload a file. File, open. Downloads. Open. Alright. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Nope. The heck? Orders off. Alright. So we got an error in our program. G92 X0 Y0 Z0 Z25 14. Alright, let's go back to our program. what did we miss here? Let's go to search, find, see. Oh. Oh. That's why. Edit. Search. Not under edit replace. It's search replace. Okay, so we're going to replace all those. Boop. 102 occurrences. Okay, now let's look for Z. Fine. Z at 25, Z at 25. Alright, that looks much better. Okay. Save that again. Oh, back over here. Open the file again. Okay, now we should be ready to go. Let's fire it up. See that? It's going to be pretty big. Okay. Let it run. I'm sure you guys can see that. As long as I don't switch away from OBS, then you get a live camera view. But I definitely need more monitors. More monitors. Can't put a window over the top of the OBS. Okay, this is a long program, guys, and it's not even marking anything. But at 2400 millimeters a second, it's not skipping any steps that I can hear. And that's the one thing I've noticed about this machine is these belts, I didn't get them super tight, but the motors don't stall out. It's that the belts slip. And that's where you'll lose a step, is if you were milling something with this, then you can't take very big cuts with things. Well, that's doing. It's the Dremel holder. and get this thread cleaned up so we can try it on our little Dremel. That'd be cool. Okay. I gotta find another set of glasses. I do have to hand it to Up Software. They do know how to do supports on their little machine. They've got some of the best supports that I've ever seen, just straight out of the box with no editing and no fiddling. Okay, you guys putting money on whether I cut myself or not? It's okay. I already cut my... I was already bleeding because I cut the stainless steel screen on my table saw. You know, that's good for testing your saw blades. Alright, that's coming out. Okay, that's done. Well, let's see if I can smoke myself out of here. Yeah, they're good supports, but it still supports. Oh, that big chunk came off. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, we'll do one more edit here, and plus, I hear the power supply back there for the machine, so it got a little warm. Alright, so let's change this. Do we want to try 255 full power? Or we want to try 200. I was using 200 earlier, and that wasn't too bad. Let's go 220. Replace all. Okay. Save that. Make sure we reload that. Back at where we think we are, but we can always send an M114 to make sure that we're where we think we are, and hit go. Hello, breeze. Yep. Well, it's kind of trying to get hot. to go back in. We're not going to change the power, but what I am going to do is slow the feed rate down. Change all these F 2400s. Replace those with F 600. Okay, back to the task at hand. While that's running, yep. I don't know if you can see guys through that, but those turned out pretty nice. Probably pretty dark and the light is all off of it. Let's grab the Dremel. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Yep, definitely not designed for this one because it's got this button here. Doggone it. Thought that would have been so nice. Maybe it'll go. You can use it this way. Well, it won't be too bad. It fit on there. It's kind of backwards, but you know what? We could mount it that way. That'll work. Will the back part work? No, probably not. There we go. Nope, not tight enough. Okay. Well, it's definitely made for a different Dremel, but part of it'll work. Enough to test it. That's pretty sweet. Alright. And I could stop this burn right now, but then I'd have to find 0 on my machine again. And since we just started from an arbitrary point out there, I really don't want to do that, because I'd like it to go in the same spot if it's going to burn it. And cut through. Okay, looks like we're done. Okay, so now we're going to open and load it one more time with the slower feed rate, which ought to take 16 times longer. And we're going to print it. Now it's going to go real slow. These are going to leave a mark. No. It's starting to leave a mark. I can see a mark here, here, here. Cool. All right. And I know I gotta drink some water. Excuse me. Well, I know what we'll do. We'll go back, we'll change that program. We're gonna put all the feeds back to 2400. Change that to 255. Okay, that'll give us full power, but moving along really fast. Let's save on that. See what this thing looks like. I definitely got to find a Dremel 3000 now. Cam thinks this is going to take about 27 hours. That's wrong. But of course, it could have been at with the tool that they were using at the depth they were doing. Ooh. Hey. Well, you can kind of see it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. But there's kind of a pattern for me in spots. It's definitely making some marks. I don't know if this would help or hinder in any way. Probably not as good. See if I can hang it there, maybe. Hang it. Hang it there. Let's see if that makes. See what that looks like. Exceedingly red. Lots of reflections. That's groovy. Definitely need some flat plate of this thing. Pretty quiet. It's a tiny little laser dot. Almost as much fun as watching a 3D printer print. Except it smells like things on fire. I'm trying to remember what order I picked stuff in, and maybe it would tell me which way it's going to go next and how close we are to the end. Because on the screen down here it says 19,808. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Let's go back to the plotter face. Maybe it does tell me how far. No. See, that says. I wish it had a viewer. Visualization, 2D. That's fine. But yeah, I wish it would tell me, you know, like echo the G code as it's sending it. It is telling me the line number that it's on. So down here at the bottom, we're at 83.31%, line number 16,360 of 19,599. So estimated zero of 1507 remaining. Yeah, sure. I'm starting to see a design. That would have been pretty cool had I done the whole thing. I put a circle around it so it would have burned it out. %. Sweet. $95. Come on. You're almost there, buddy. 96. So yeah, this could create truly huge things if you're doing detail work, but I can't imagine what a raster trying to engrave it with different power levels would look like. Oof. Hey, it's done. It took 18 minutes. Wow. Alright. So when it gets back, we're going to issue M114, make sure we're where we think we are. We're going to go File, Open, and pull that back in one more time with full strength at high speed, and we're going to say go, and here goes nothing, and see if we can catch the paper on fire. And that's not catching the paper on fire. It's too fast, I think, to burn all the way through. Although it may be a little darker where it's already kind of started making its mark. But now the laser's on continuously, so you're not going to get those little dotty kind of marks that it was doing before. And it's definitely leaving a mark. And it's doing a nice job. And it's quick. I think I need more weight in my cabinet to keep it from rocking and rolling out here. Well, that's looking pretty cool. Now I wish I would have traced the whole thing, but then it would have taken forever. It might be cutting all the way through there. I trace double lines real close together. But, you know, it's handling it really well where it pauses. I mean, it's quick. Reverses direction really fast. And it's not having to dwell too much to keep up with the information coming at it that fast. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Uh-oh. That's not good. Yep. That's why we have that in there. So, something happened. Probably the driver's overheated. I'm betting. Yep. Yep. Driver board overheated. That was interesting. So when the drivers go into thermal shutdown, it doesn't lose any steps. It just sits there, though. Cool. Well, that's good to know. Alright, so I've got a project to do, which is basically something that I hadn't done because I didn't think it would need it. But I've got a little fan. I need to cut that off and wire that in so that those driver board gets some air. And I'll do that, and maybe I'll re-nest this whole thing, because that turned out pretty freaking awesome. So, gotta do this. Let's go. Come on. So, yeah. And that did not cut through other than where it tried to light it on fire. So, pretty cool. Yeah, looks just like an ink drawing, not a laser drawing, but that's kind of neat. So, alright, I'm going to shut down the stream. For all that came to watch, thanks for joining me, and we'll do it again with another project. See you guys later. All right.